do you get a sense that the people that you're now working with full-time genuinely want to learn in a serious way, want to kind of learn the lessons of what's happened in the last few years?
The answer to that is yes, but, right? And I was sitting here reflecting on the only advantage of being old is that you've seen a lot of things before, right? And I ran a thrift institution back in the late 80s, early 90s, and we went through what was called the thrift crisis.
Right.
500 banks got wiped off the board, and it was a major, government had to come in and bail us out. And I've thought about, well, what was the difference between this crisis and the last? Or for that matter, the one that was 20 years before that, or the one that was 20 years before that. The difference is twofold. One, all the people who went through that one and learned something from it are now, like I was, happily retired or moved on to something else. And there's a whole new cast of characters who've taken the field, right? And wisdom does come with age and experience. No one's born wise. You can have judgment, but you're not born wise. But the thing to me that we need to focus on is the difference between that last crisis. You would say that was contained within banks' balance sheets, right? You made loans, you put them on your book. And if everything blew up because bankers are to some extent lemmings, if everybody's making this kind of loan, right, we all want to make it if they're making money. But when things blew up, it blew up within your balance sheet. Now, because of technology, you talked about derivatization and the way in which we can make loans and now spread them around the global investment community. That technology, frankly, was what accounted for what Meredith was talking about. A lot of bank, not just CEOs, but department heads, they really didn't understand. And in fact, if you really try and get under one of some of these complicated derivatives, no one can understand exactly what the credit risks are. I remember talking to Warren Buffett once, and he said, the reason I don't buy any of this stuff is because I'd have to read 750,000 pages of disclosure to understand what's in there. I don't have that kind of time. I think that it's the combination of sort of human exuberance. I'll put it that way. I mean, we aren't going to change as people globally. Everybody, if you had to pick one word that would sort of summarize the human ethic, the word I would pick is more. Everybody always wants more. They want more for themselves. They want more for their kids. That's just the nature of the beast. And you combine with that the fact that technology is moving so fast and we can create things that nobody understands. Therein is the problem. It's not, I mean, could we use more wise people? We could use more wise people in every endeavor I know of. Are we likely to get them? Probably not. We're going to have to create systems that appreciate the impact, the influence of complexity and technology to harness and restrain this natural human tendency for wanting more and for always getting, I mean, you're right, 100% right, it's all about debt. But what's debt about? Well, I want more, and I don't have, so I'll borrow. And we've got to learn to get a better balance of that. Risk cannot be obviated by technology. We convinced ourselves it could.